Because you could add, you literally could add it in at any point, just keeping it on this image for a hot minute. But literally, no one in there, like, I understand. I don't know how old this game is, but dear God, no one wears titty armor like that. Titty armor was never. Oh, this is a PSP game. That explains why it looks like it feels like it's punky. Stab at PSP games, of which I used to play all the time. PSP games were fun, but you can't deny that it felt clunky. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. But no, like this booby armor, again, shit like this would never exist. If there was ever armor made for women, it did not have boob plating. Because that just created a divot for swords to
Definitely
easily
not
go
this.
to. Well, even in other fantasies where they have a full chest plate for a woman, they still put indents where the boobs are supposed to be. Which I understand. Young men like to stare at boobs, right? I mean, that's my assumption. I didn't really care to stare at boobs, but...
Yeah, but you're a little not into women.
I'm a little not into women. Just a little bit, you know?
Or full. You know what I mean.
I still love using the line that one of my old friends used to say was they were strictly dickly. I thought that was just funny at the time. Of course, I was still in high school when I heard that. But no, like, I can go on a rant just from how stupid this character's armor design looks.
I gotcha. No, her design is really off. But it's an anime style
No, see,
RPG.
I'm not saying the character design's bad. I'm just saying the armor,
The armor,
design.
I know.
Like, again, okay, I'm fixating on this right now. But
Character design is really good in my
has,
opinion.
The boot plating she has is like she's wearing a cloth like chest part, and then she grabbed these like metal cups to stick on her boobs that wraps around her neck to a string. Because that's how they have it looking
Well, do you
like
see
on
where
her
it
art.
attaches to her armor in the middle of her like cloak?
Yeah, it's either attached to the cloak and it's just gonna fall off, or it's
there's like
wrapped
more
around
rope
her
we don't
neck.
see.
Yeah, or there's like rope going around her neck, and she just put 2 cups on a string and set them on her boobs.
It's like the whole coconut like bra thing.
Exactly, and
Oh, something's happened.
I guess one of the reasons why I keep this in mind when I look at this kind of stuff is because with me wanting to be a game developer, I have to look for this kind of. I have to know how to model and design
She's
this kind of
wearing
stuff.
fucking short shorts too.
Short shorts. Okay, so
And no leg armor. Like, not bad character design for the character,
So
but in realistic thoughts, that's horrible armor.
yeah, no, that was. I mean, granted, what Kirito is wearing isn't the best armor either. He's
No,
wearing
but-
a jacket
And boots.
and boots.
Yeah.
Actually, most
He
everyone
actually
in
has
this
less
was wearing.
metal than anybody else.
Wasn't the only people really wearing any sort of like metal armor in the series part of like the Holy Grand Order or whatnot?
There was them, and then Klein wore some metal around him. But for the most part, yeah, most people wore just cloth.
Yeah, so, okay, there, in a defense for quote-unquote video game logic, there is the whole aspect of the weapons and armor you use are magically enchanted, so even though it looks like it doesn't protect you, there's a magical enchantment around the parts it should protect. But I don't know. That's like stretching it. That's like saying, I want to design this girl's boobs to be as big as possible, but she still has protection on her boobs and they can't get cut off because magic. Just like just like how big boob women, when they run, their boobs are going to hit them in the face, even if they wear bras. I only state that because I had a friend back in my old hometown who had double G's. And she would talk about how she hated running because her boobs would smack her in the face.
Sounds like her own problem for not wearing a bra.
She would wear a bra. She even would wear, like, for her,
Tighter
it ended up being
bras.
sports bras. She would have to wear sports bras to try to keep everything,
Because they were too big.
check and balances. Because they were big. They were really big. And then, of course, with me being gay, she had no issue with. I'd go over to visit, and she'd be like, we'd work at the same place. We'd get off work, I'd take her home, and then next thing I know, she goes, okay, I'm gonna change, and she'd just strip off all of her clothes in front of me. I'm like, come on, I don't like. Why? Why would you do this to me?
Because she knew you didn't want to look at her.
Because she knew I wasn't looking at her sexually. She's like, it's perfectly fine to do this, and I'm sitting here like, no, it's not. That sounds nice, I guess. So if this is coming off after what happened in SAO first season,
That's what I understand it as.
why the fuck would they not want to get out of here?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. That's what the story's saying. Because essentially, this one started the Bone Reaper, which is the boss they fought on 75. Have you seen the end of the anime?
The first season, not the like.
Okay, so you've seen when they fought with Heathcliff. He turned out to be the guy who made the game,
Yes.
and they fought This is after they already killed the Bone Reaper, 75. This is floor 76. The floor after that. So in this one, Asuna's dead. He's still alive. He never died. Kirito didn't. In this one, he did not die, from what I can tell. He continued on to the next floor, and he met this girl. That's as far as I've gotten. I've literally just completed most of the tutorial that you've seen me complete part of.
Okay.
So I don't know what else is going on.
So from what I'm getting, you're going up another floor, and she's just being like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay on this one. Peace."
Yeah, but now she has access to a control panel for the whole game. And Kirito knows the password from earlier on, remember?
Okay.
When he turned Yui into an item.
Oh, why do I
was
feel like
amazing.
that's gonna be a foreshadowing right here? As long as the teleport gate's active, guess what's gonna become inactive the moment you go through it?
Apparently, there's a bunch of teleport stones I can activate around the hollow area.
And also, is this character from the game specifically, or was she in the show?
Yes. She's only from the game.
Only from the game. So if she's
Yeah.
been here for the tutorial, she's definitely going to be here a little bit longer. So is she
Yeah,
good
I feel
or
like
is she
she's
bad?
like I feel like she's the main person of this game. She's an orange player, which means she killed somebody in the game. But other than that, she's helped us fight the Bone Reaper because he appeared again, but in a weaker state at the start of the game.
I'm wondering if she's going to end up being like the villain of this.
I think she's going to end up being like an AI program that Heathcliff made or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's okay. Well, I mean, we'll find out more the further we get into the story.
Yeah.
So
Can you hear the voice acting?
a little bit. I have my volume for the stream like lowered. If I increase it, I can definitely hear them.
It's not that. It's just Japanese. I don't even have it recording. It's not that big of a deal in my opinion, and the music's not that good. I mean, it's not bad, but
Hey everyone, we're
nothing
going to
impressive.
criticize this game for being complete garbage. We just
No.
started it.
It's not complete garbage. It's the same as the show. I literally don't hear much of a musical difference
Yeah,
from the show to this.
And I guess yes, everyone, my SAO experience has been season 1.
I've watched everything, including Gun Gale Online Alternative,
Yeah, I was
and
disappointed.
started Alicization.
I was extremely disappointed after season 1. Like, season 1 happened, I watched it. I got to the part where it was like the Christmas one, where he's going to fight this like Christmas thing to be able to get
the Saint Nick.
resurrect thing, so he can resurrect one of his friends that died in a previous fight he just had, and he gives it to someone else. And we don't even get to see the fight.
Well, he gave it to somebody else because it could only revive people within 10 seconds.
Yes. But at the same time, like, what I think my issue is shows up, you see the enemy, and like he starts charging towards it, and then it cuts screen.
Oh, this game is really, or this show was really bad about cutting out stuff people wanted to see.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no. The first
how many levels of boss fights did they skip over?
almost the whole first season skipped over almost every boss fight. I think there
Because
were
you
only
went
like
from
3 fights in the
episode
whole.
1, we watched this first boss fight on floor 1, then it skipped to 30, then 50 with Gleam Eyes is the only fight we actually get to see next. And
Yeah,
then it basically skips to the final boss fight in the end.
exactly. There's like 3 to 4 actual fights in the series, and I
Yeah,
understand that the series is supposed to be like a mixture of,
it's
you
supposed
know,
to be combat, but there's no combat.
yeah, it's supposed to be horror combat because the horror concept comes from if you die in the game, you die in real life. God, how many times have we heard that line? They made an
How many?
actual
Let's
like
see. Didn't it start with Dot Hack originally?
I don't know if you died in real life in Dot Hack. Dot
They
Hack's
did.
story started off, if I remember right, there was one kid who kind of lost his memory and at the same
No,
time couldn't log out.
the kid couldn't log out basically and got special abilities. And if anybody he killed died in real life,
Anybody he killed specifically?
as well as if he died, he wouldn't be able to respond.
Didn't
Yeah.
the series end with pretty much like the real world finding this kid's body and it being like comatose?
Yes, I believe so. I haven't finished the actual original anime, but
See,
I remember that.
I remember watching the original anime when I was a kid, pretty much from the people who introduced me to anime. Showed me that.
From what I remember, the kid basically he was playing a male character, but he was female in real life. I remember that part. And he was stuck in the game. He couldn't log out, but he had the ability to like do other things people couldn't do. As well as almost anything he touched would eventually corrupt or something like that. I don't remember everything.
Isn't
Wait,
that
how
like
is Leafa here?
so? Wait, if this is after the end of the first season, I was gonna say, isn't that girl from like the third
She's
season?
from season 2.
She's from season. Okay, and they know who you are.
Well, it's your sister's, Sugo.
Yeah, that all okay, yes. But what I'm saying is they didn't know who each other were for a while in the second season, didn't they?
No, yeah, for most of the second season. But this is supposed to take right after everything happens. So what's going on?
Did they take some liberties?
I don't know because she was never in the original SAO.
The girl on the left, right? The girl
Yeah.
on the right was in the original
Silica
SAO.
was, but Leafa, the blonde, was not in the original anime.
See,
Like,
there's already
this
plot
doesn't make
holes.
sense.
Takes place after this point, but we're going to introduce characters to you that came in later in the series.
Unless this is supposed to be like when Ironcrad became alive again, and Leafa transferred over. But then it doesn't make sense so far. Because he has his original weapons and everything.
Maybe the plot of the story is going to happen soon.
See,
said
how is she alive? I'm really confused here.
I mean, he seems to be confused too.
Because he saw her die by Heathcliff's hands. And then he basically killed himself killing Heathcliff afterwards, remember? That's how the anime ended in the first season. And then they both woke up.
Well, wait, didn't Kirito wake up, but Asuna didn't? Because the
because
next
what's his
antagonist kept her in there?
Yeah, that's the end of season... That's season 2, technically.
Yeah.
Whenever he goes to Ironcrad...
The only thing I
Alfheim
know from
Online.
season 2 is from the YouTube videos I watched over time.
So in season 2, Kirito's looking to find Asuna because somebody got a photo of her character in Alfheim Online. And Asuna never woke up because her consciousness was kept in the game by the guy who was the one to marry her, chosen by her father and was going to earn the company when they got married.
Oh yeah, pretty much he was just trying to. That's right. And he was a disguise. I remember,
He
wasn't the
was a
second season
really
like,
disgusting
even though
guy.
people couldn't die in the game, they could still like.
They could
Take,
turn up like their damage meter, and they lose all their stats when they would die. It was like hardcore in RuneScape. You reset to 0.
yeah, except for like what they actually turned on the pain meter, so you
Yeah,
could
so at the end
feel.
of the actual second season, they turned up the pain meter to the point where it says you will feel physical harm.
And then
And
Kirito
they
stabbed the
fought.
dude through the face.
Yes. That was the. And then he woke up and rushed to the hospital, and the guy attacked him on the way.
In real, yeah, it attacked him in real life and was all fucked up.
But he was basically the guy that was working with the people to run Alfheim Online and make Alfheim using the SAO seed system. So essentially,
And
they
isn't
stole the
I was about to say,
information.
isn't that like their digital daughter?
Yes, Yui is. This is getting interesting because I don't know what the fuck is going on for the most part. And I've been reading, but I'm really
You've been
confused
reading,
what's
but
going
everything
on.
you've been reading's apparently been wrong.
No, like the anime, what I'm
Wait,
watching right now.
you did a naughty thing, Daddy. I don't like that. I do not like that line. I do not like that line.
I don't know, but this is first impressions of this game, and so
Yeah,
far, I'm
literally
really fucking
person.
confused on the story. Because
I
this
meant-
is supposed to be after Heathcliff is dead, which it is. Because we are magically teleported to the 76th floor, which we never saw in the anime. Where another Bone Reaper appeared, but it was weaker, and some random girl in the fucking watchtower to control the whole game was there. I don't know what's going on. And then suddenly,
Neither.
as soon as alive, and Leafa, who wasn't in SAO, is somehow in SAO.
Well, we'll leave the confusion for next time. We'll end it here for now. All right, everyone. We'll see you on the next episode.